and welcome to the Coloring Collective. Today we're going to color this dragon here. Let's go ahead and gather up our supplies. We'll be coloring today from the Johanna Basford Magical Worlds coloring book. I like to use the Castle Arts colored pencils, the Soft Touch, and I've got a set of 120. It's also nice to have an eraser and a pencil sharpener handy. The first color we're going to use today is Ultramarine Violet 040. And I'm going to start right on the dragon's body around the edge. Just along the border of all these little spots. And then I think I'll pick a lighter purple for the face and for the spots. So I'm not pressing too hard actually, just kind of going around very carefully. Just get under the arm there. And then carefully around all these little spots. Now it doesn't have to be perfect because I am going to blend this with another purple shade. And I'm not really going to go down the arm or anything because I'm going to use another lighter purple for that. On this particular page there are 4 dragons and I already colored one of them, and you can actually find the video right here on my channel. But I was thinking I might pick some fun different colors for all of the dragons so they all look a little different. And they're all doing something different. Like this one is holding balloons, the other one has some stars in a little bottle, and then I think the other one has a crown on, and then the one that I already colored has some apples in a basket. So I'm just carefully going around under the tail, and I'm just going to get back here also. This little knee part. And I'm going to do the spikes in a different color also. And I think down here for the tail, I'm just going to go around the spots. I don't really want to go along the edge of the actual tail, because I think I'll use an even lighter color. So you know what, maybe I'll stop right about here. There we go. Purple Lake Deep 038. This is a different purple shade that I'm going to come in and just come in all this little space that we left here and blend it with the violet. And it does a pretty good job of showing up nice and bright where the white parts are, and then almost creating a different shade of violet when you blend it with the color that's already there. So that's sort of another reason why it wasn't that important to push too hard. However, now I am pressing pretty hard with the pencil to help blend it a little better. So just really carefully take your time around all these little spots. Oh, looks like I missed one. I'll have to come back with the violet. This is looking pretty good. It's giving it a nice scaly effect. Almost like it's maybe reflective or shiny, like the scales of a dragon as we imagine they would be. Actually, I'm going to use this. I'm going to come up here right around the forehead and color around the dragon's head. So I'm going to leave the face a different color, but I'm going to come in here, and again, I'm not pressing too hard. Start out really light, and then I think when I get up here to the ears, I'll press a little bit harder. And same with this little forehead section, because I'm going to blend it with another shade of purple probably for the face. Now I'll come back and press a little bit harder right here, just along the edge and on the top. So I'm just going to carefully come back here and press pretty hard all the way up to the top of this ear. And then this back one, I'll just press really light because I'm going to blend it with another color. All right, so now I will come back down and finish up this part of the body, starting on the arms and getting around all these little polka dots. And now I'm going to come down the arms here, just part of the way, because again, I'm going to blend it with another lighter color. So just come about to the elbow and then press a little lighter. And very carefully, just blending all the the violet that we did earlier. And I'm going to grab that violet one more time to get around that little spot that I missed. Alright, I am back again with the ultramarine violet, just coming in very carefully, getting that spot that I missed. Let's make sure I didn't miss any others. Got that one. And there, getting that corner pretty well. Maybe darken that a little more. There we go. And I think that's everything. All right, and I can pick right back up with the Purple Lake Deep. Make sure you're getting in all these little corners really well. And again, I'm just coming down part way, maybe around the elbow, and that's about it. Gradually getting a little lighter as I go towards the foot, and then darker as I come up here by the knee. And same here, just press a little lighter. And now I've got this purple color all along the border here. I'm not quite sure yet which color I'm gonna make these spots. I might do maybe an orange color or maybe like like a turquoisey blue color. Something fun. So now as I move down the tail, I had stopped coloring some of these spots with the violet, and so I'm going to continue down with the purple, maybe about here. And then I will introduce another color. Actually, I'll probably do this one right about here. And then press really light. So come back up here and press a little darker for this whole section. Mauve Deep 090. So I'm going to pick up where I left off with the other color and blend this one. And so the effect is that we are gradually getting lighter and lighter as we move further down the tail. And then I'll go back up and get the hands and the feet of the dragon. And I think I might do one even lighter color. So I'm just going to stop right about here, color really light, and then come back and fill this space in. So now I'm going to come up here to the hands and feet and pick up where I left off. And I might do the same like I'm doing with the tail. I'm not sure yet. No, you know what? I'll just continue this all the way down. Oh, gonna have to get there with the eraser. And then same with this foot. Very carefully. We'll come up here and get the hands. And this hand right here holding the balloons. And I think I'm going to use this color really lightly for the middle of the belly of the dragon here. So I'm just coloring up the middle, and I'm going to come in really lightly. I'm going to come in with another color here. I think I'll keep this also for the ears. Pretty much like we did with the hands and feet. And just color this all the way here. And here. Come around the face. Around the eyebrows there real carefully. I'm just coloring in a circular motion. It's pretty easy to blend something like that. And now I'm going to press a little harder right here. And then come up here, I'm going to color in the ear and blend it with the purple that we had before. And under here also, I'm going to go a little lighter. And I think I'm also going to come in here on the wings and just go about halfway. Well, I guess that's more than half. That's probably 2/3 of the way. And then get darker towards the base of the wings like this. And I'm going to do this in all the panels of the wings here. So come in first really light. And then in this space here, press a little harder and make it darker. So this one is really small, but you can still get the same effect across. So we'll just color the whole panel because you can't really see the other part. Just like that. And then here, get most of it. So it's really just the edges that we're going to make a lighter color. There we go. Lavender Light 035. And this one is probably the lightest of all the purple shades in this set. So I'm just going to pick up right here where I left off with the wings. And I'm pressing pretty hard. Just blending it with the other color. And that came out really good. I'm pretty happy with this color combination. So we'll go ahead and use this for the other parts of the dragon, like the face and the tip of the tail. And the other nice thing about coming in with a lighter shade is that it really gives it this nice glossy effect. All right, and now starting out really light, I'm going to come in here on the dragon's face and just color really carefully around the nostril. Not pressing too hard, just using a small circular motion to go around the face here. And then maybe under the lip I'll press a little harder so it shows that it is underneath the other part. And right here also. And then blend that out toward the cheeks of the dragon. And now I'm going to press pretty hard and use a big circular motion and color the rest of the face here, the rest of the head, and get all the way up here above the eyebrows. and out here. And then really light, come back to the face. And I think that is a nice effect. So I'm going to continue that down here for the tail. Purple 029. I'm going to use this for the belly of the dragon here. And just come in real light at first and blend it with the other color, and you see it makes a nice middle tone here. So now I'll press a little bit harder on the edges, just like that. And then up here also. And then under here, sort of like this color continues under the arms of the dragon. And I might come back with the other lavender light. Lavender light again, 035. I'm going to use this to blend, just to add another layer of color here. And it really does come off very differently than just using the straight lavender light color. There we go. And for under the arm here. Magenta 086. I think I'm going to use this, let's see, for the spots here. I'm just going to come in on the very center, because I think on the edges I'm going to make them a lot lighter. But I really like this reddish purple color. So we'll just come into the center of all these polka dots and spots on the dragon and press harder in the middle and then lighter on the outside. And some of these are really tiny. And we're not going to go all the way to the edge. I'm going to leave a little bit of it still to be colored by another color. So be really careful on some of these smaller ones. There we go. And it definitely doesn't have to be perfect, something like this. There's no real rhyme or reason. As long as you are starting out real light and then getting darker in the very center. see that. Is that a spot or a spike? Now I might use the same color for the wings, for part of the wings here. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll come back with the purple and revisit that little part. But in the meantime, just keep coming all the way down all these spots here. So I think I'll use this same color right along this part of the wings here. Actually, I think I'll color in this whole part and then come about halfway up and then come back with the purple or maybe another pink color. And I'm pressing pretty hard so that the color really comes out. Almost looks red compared to all this violet. And then press a little lighter as you go away from the base of the wings. And then we'll do the same thing over here. So press pretty hard along here. And then a little lighter right here. And I think I'll use this for the very middle of the nostril of the dragon. There we go. Purple Light 030. This seems like a nice complement to the magenta. So I'm going to come in here on the wings. Whoops, gonna have to get that with the eraser. And press pretty hard. And then right when you start blending, press a lot lighter. Very nice. It's a very subtle difference, but I think it comes off pretty nicely. So I think I'll also use this color for the polka dots and spots on the dragon's scales. And now press a lot lighter. There we go. And now we'll start right up here with these little polka dots and just pressing really light, come around in a circle and blending it with the magenta. And you can really just take your time here with these. Now I wonder what color I should color these little spikes. I think I'll make them maybe a red color, or maybe stay in the purple family. Give them a nice two-tone effect. I think since the majority of the dragon body is a darker color, I might go a little lighter and maybe get them a purpley color. And I'm also going to use this for some of the tail, just like this, just about half. Cornflower Blue 092. I'm going to use this color just along part of the spikes here. Let's see, just like that, just like the vertical part of the cone. And I'm pushing kind of hard, but very delicately, just coloring in half. And then on some of these bigger ones, you can add a little shading if you want. Just like that, and then really light. And I think I'll use this for part of the butterfly also. Just like that, and maybe these little polka dots. Cobalt Purple 088. So this is what I will color for the rest of this little butterfly section, and same with the spikes on the dragon. So just very carefully color this all the way in. We'll come all the way across the triangle here. I think this is a pretty good complement to the rest of the dragon colors. And just a little bit of the cornflower blue is really coming across. Gives it a nice three-dimensional look to it. And then we'll finish off the tail right here. Peach 018. I'm going to use this for the butterfly. Just a little bit of the top wing here. And then maybe part of the body. Golden Yellow Deep 006. And I'm going to finish off the wings here. And just color in the rest of the butterfly body and the head. And this is actually a really good color for one of these balloons. So let's start right here with the yellow, come in the middle, just like that, and color a big circle. And now I'm going to get a little lighter around the edge. And be careful to keep this piece white, because that is the little reflection. Marigold 078. I think this will be a nice complement to the yellow, so I'm just going to come around the edge here. And then I will gradually make my way into the center of the balloon to blend it with the yellow. And that way the balloon really looks three-dimensional. So just really carefully blend it. So you're going to start pressing pretty hard on the outside and then gradually get lighter and lighter. Just like this. Red Ochre 015. I feel like red is another classic balloon color that you see a lot. So I'm going to start right in the middle, pressing pretty hard in the center, and then gradually I will work my way around. Careful not to color in that little spot. There we go, and get a little lighter as I go around. Vermilion 023. So now this is what I'll use around the outside and a majority of the balloon. And now I'll start coloring a little lighter. And this vermilion is very red. It makes the ochre look a little bit like an orange shade. Cerulean Blue Light 047. And then this third and final balloon, I'm going to color blue. Red, blue, and yellow are the primary colors, so I figured this was a nice symbolic trio of balloons here. Red, blue, and yellow. From these colors, all colors are made. You can make the secondary colors of purple, green, and orange, and then all of the blended colors from there on out. So I'm just pressing pretty hard in the middle and then getting lighter as I go around. Sky Blue 046. This is a nice solid blue color that's bright and cheerful. I think it would make a good balloon color. So I'm just carefully going around here, pressing pretty hard. And then I am gradually getting a little lighter as I go toward the cerulean blue. And I don't know if I'm going to leave this little reflection part just plain white or not. I don't think I will, because I usually color every little thing, every little detail. Yeah, I think I'll come back with another color. Naples Yellow Light 073. This is about the lightest color in the set that I've got here. So you can barely see it, but I know it's there. And with that, we are all done. So let's take a look at all of our hard work here. All right, well, this looks great. We colored the entire dragon, the butterfly, and the balloons. Thank you very much for coloring along with me, and I will see you next time.